Greetings ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this game in the Black Prince, Tier 7 British heavy tank. It's an assault game and we are here on Karelia, and we are on the attacking team. Now my Black Prince is not fully upgraded. I've got everything that carried over from the Churchill VII, but nothing else. So stock suspension, I think it's the top engine, you only get one turret on this, and the 77mm gun. Not the 17 pounder. Now they're both tier 7 guns, and you might ask yourself, well, what's the big deal between the two? Basically the 17 pounder gets higher penetration. The penetration goes up to 171 with regular AP ammo. The 77mm gets a higher rate of fire, which actually means in practice the 77mm has higher DPM but struggles to penetrate targets. And so if, for example, you were just going to drive this thing and fire nothing but premium ammunition, so APCR, then the 77mm would actually be your better bet. It's got higher DPM. And if you're top tier, a lot of the time the 77mm is a better gun, but I would not recommend, if you have the choice, I would not recommend taking this tank with the 77mm. Because, you know, if you're shooting anything with even some vaguest armour, it's painful, and you'll notice that on the Churchill VII. The Churchill VII feels painful when it's bottom tier, i.e. when it's in a tier 8 game. Black Prince is now a tier 7 tank, so it sees tier 8 games regularly. But I'm top tier here. One of the best things about Black Prince, because you can see it's not very fast, is the armour. The armour's pretty reliable, very nice. So I'm just driven up here, and this sort of matchmaking, you can be pretty aggressive in this thing. It's quite difficult for people to pen it. And although the gun depression is not great, it's not the worst either, and it's better than some of its predecessors, I believe. So, hello Mr. Cromwell, have a shot. And you can see, there we go, and we're reloaded. Ah, but we fluffed that shot, never mind. Reload quickly enough. There we go, there's an M6, we bounce on him. Just aiming for that shoulder piece, we bounce on him again, fine, Tiger. There we go, shot in. I'm pulling back after each shot because the gun aims fairly quickly anyway, and I don't really have to aim for weak spots very much with these guys, and by pulling back I just keep, just make shots at my tank that bit harder, so I keep myself alive a bit longer. Comes on the turret of that M6, but the flush side of a Tiger, yes please, and there's another shot into him, one more and he'll die, but the Hellcat takes the kill. This is a fairly short and brutal game, but it's good fun. It was good fun to play. M6, shot into the side of the turret, puts him on 10% health. Well, if you are going to drive in front of my gun, it seems rude not to shoot you. And one more to finish you off. There, Cromwell doesn't seem particularly happy. I take a damaging shot there, but in return, I set their ELC on fire. I'm not going to start singing. Your tank is on fire. No, I'm not going to start singing. And he almost burns to death, but not quite. There we go. ELC dead. And so basically I've just muscled my way up here. And oh, is that a stock IS? Oh, I feel so sorry for him. That's going to be a painful experience. And there we go. I'm on 2 kills, racked up a bunch of damage. I haven't taken that much damage in return, and we're 10-3 up. So now I'm just going to trundle toward their base. And when you're top tier, that's what you can do in the Black Prince. Just DPM their faces off, take the hits, not really care too much, and push on through. Now, we do have to be a little bit cautious, because what they have left are tank destroyers. He says you have to be a bit cautious, and then just drives out into the open. Well, they have tank destroyers remaining, 2 ISs, 2 TDs and a Chinu. I'm not really worried about the Chinu. The ISs could be problematic depending on what guns they've got. I'm sorry, the previous guy wasn't in an IS, he was in a KV-1S, he was just using a silly gun. If you want to know why I say he's using a silly gun, go and watch my KV-1S review. The short answer is that he was using the 85mm gun on the KV-1S, which is not the stock gun. It's a gun you actually have to unlock, and in fact it's one of the last guns you unlock. But you should never use it. The 122mm howitzer is just better. Anyway, I digress. Mainly because there's not a great deal happening at the moment. Trundle, trundle, trundle. I don't have shots on anyone, and this is one of the things when you're in a tank this slow, it can be very frustrating. because sometimes the fight just leaves you behind. Whether that's because your team is winning too much, like here, or whether because they're losing too much and you really struggle to get into position to do more damage. But if we've got that toaster going around one side of the rock, I'm hoping this guy is going to come out the other side of the rock, and it's an 87. Hopefully I can get shots into him now. 87, very dangerous machine. With that 20-pounder gun, he can go right through me like a hot knife through butter, so I'm trying to deny him shots at me while still getting shots into his weak spots. Where basically the most obvious one is the commander's hatch. Oh, I missed that shot. Ugh. Or commander's tower, perhaps I should say. And there we go, I kill him. So they've just got a Jagdpanther left. Trundle, trundle, trundle. Oh, Jagdpanther goes down to 23% health. 6% health, and dead. And that was the game. We get over 2,000 damage, come top on my team, first class mastery badge, fairly pleased with that result. And just showing you that the Black Prince, in the right situation, can be a brutal machine, even when not fully upgraded. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. If you did, feel free to subscribe to my channel and or catch some of my other videos. And I wish you happy hunting on the battlefield. Ciao, ciao.